Do you want to start the game again?
Welcome back to Mystical Everyday Heroes, or Meh, the Dungeons and Dragons podcast about people who are not mystical nor heroic, just everyday folks tipping back cocoa with a vengeance.
All right.
Tipping back.
And I'm gonna stop.
Joining us is Jake's. Very fucking tired. All right, here we go.
James Smimgum.
Joining us is Jake Salisbury playing the Wonderwall cover artist, Era Cockra, Meryl, Cheep.
What's up, everybody? My meh fact today about Meryl, Mr. Meryl Cheep, is this one's a pretty simple one. His favorite food. And his favorite snack is a Top Tart.
A Top Tart.
Yes, which is a small breakfast snack that is found only blooming from little, like, coconut-shaped things at the top of some trees that grow in this mystical land. And only he can get them because he can fly.
Oh.
Yes, and they're like small breakfast pastries, but it's magic, so that's why they grow from trees.
Only you would have a simple fact that is like still incredibly complicated.
I
love that for you.
He loves a Top Tart.
Loves
Top
a Top
Tart.
Tart. Yeah.
He loves a Top Tart.
Okay.
Doesn't everybody?
I would have said
Awesome.
Pop Tart, but I was afraid we would get sued.
We might. I don't know. Top Tart, though, that's legit because it's at the tops of trees.
I know.
Mhm.
Thank
Top
you.
Tart.
I like
So,
that.
And it's tart.
you want a Top Tart? Ask him. He'll swoop up there. He'll snag you one. They come in 2 flavors. One is I don't know. What are the flavors?
Pine?
Pine and fish.
Okay.
Pine
God.
and tuna.
I was going to say lemon, but Jesus. Fish.
Lemon ones are really rare.
Got
Strawberry.
it.
When he finds a lemon one, oh girl. Oh girl.
It's over.
We also have Matt Rail as the over-tipper of bartenders, Wood Elf, Alfonzo Windbreaker.
Woo.
Yep, Windbreaker. So my everyday fact for Alfonzo Windbreaker is that he is a fool for ice cream.
Ooh.
Sticking with the
Same.
food theme, like
Hmm.
ice cream is, if ever it is offered, it's a drop everything, and like if there isn't time for ice cream, there will be time for ice cream.
I identify with that on a personal level.
Yeah, I feel like this was a very relatable one, and I was like, you know what? He just loves ice cream.
Well,
Yeah, he does.
Specifically chocolate if it's available, but he'll settle for most everything that's not mint.
Oh.
I relate to that on a personal
I don't really like
level.
mint
Yeah.
either,
I
yeah.
don't want to eat ice cream
See,
that
I
tastes
like
like a
Polarizing
toilet bowl.
flavor.
It is, and he likes mint in other ways.
Mint is dividing our country.
Like the chocolate chip mint ice cream, hard no.
Yeah,
Hard
it doesn't
no.
belong in
See, I
dessert.
like it.
Fair.
That's very Misphi of you. Very on brand.
If you don't like it, I like it.
Yes.
Did you say you don't like that? I like it now.
That's actually my
I
favorite.
sense some tension. I don't know. Are we all getting this, or is this just an Alfonso problem?
TJ's walking in with buckets of mint ice cream.
Yes.
For you, babe.
My boy.
Damn it, DJ.
Speaking of, we also have Stephie Patterson playing the lover of spontaneous dance, druid Misphi Faewilde.
Yeah, that's right. Hi. So my fact for today is Misphi actually has a tattoo in the middle of her upper back.
Oh.
And it's of a black raven and a white wolf in like the shape of a yin yang sign.
Nice. Please fan art, make that. That's fantastic.
That's very
That is
cool. Can you
incredible.
tell us more? What does it signify?
Yeah, why?
Balance.
Well, and it's you're
Balance
love
of light
that.
and dark and of nature.
That's
yeah, and you're a
beautiful.
wolf, right? Like you were a wolf
I-
when you were a baby.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
Misphi did
Wolf
transform herself into a wolf
Aw.
after
Can
the
that, like, still
tragic
happen?
loss of her parents.
Man, my fun fact.
At this stage, no. I think it was like triggered by like
Oh,
a
okay.
traumatic situation.
Wow.
But yeah.
Because that could be helpful. I don't know.
Where
Very
did she?
combat.
Where
Well,
did she
can
get the
you
tattoo?
wild shape at this? You can't wild shape quite yet. Like as far as like for the podcast.
Right, that was more of like a traumatic.
Yeah, it was
like,
a traumatic trigger thing.
response.
And I was a child.
Yeah.
So
Magic's uncertain when you're small, a small.
it was like wild magic.
yeah.
Cool.
Mm.
Beautiful. We also finally have Kailyn Kroll playing the searcher for small girls, halfling Stan Smallman.
That's me. Stan's fun fact for the day is that when he was younger, he won a talent contest as the kid with the least offensive feet.
Well, what
I love
changed?
that.
What changed?
Why are his feet offensive now?
Well, he just doesn't really keep up with them anymore. He's got other things to do. He's busy. He's
Those
a busy
toenails.
guy.
He's
Well,
proud
we
of
don't.
his feet.
If I were you, I just wouldn't look down there. You know what I mean?
I feel like long toenails.
Yeah.
You know, Misphi
Tiny.
appreciates the all natural look.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Do they smell earthy, you think?
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
You
Can
can
I
try,
lick them?
Alfonso.
No, some questions are better left unanswered.
Fair.
What
That's
a
fair.
beautiful and eloquent response.
That's so that's
The
a very
the
former
noble
noble.
my feet,
Yeah.
right?
Very politically minded.
Stan's wearing a t-shirt that says "Smell my feet."
Misphi gets down on all fours.
It's like whatever you say. Yeah. We also have Matthew Bostian as our sound producer. Insert amazing sound here that only Matthew can produce.
Yeah, your husband Matt.
Yeah, husband Matt.
We love you and your coffee.
Yes. And then me, I'm the Empress of this fine podcast, Brandy Bostian, primarily doing the voice of human fighter TJ. I also want to, like, on a personal note, just for the people in the comment section, which we, this is my first campaign I've ever DM'd. So
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
She's so good.
Be
Talent.
Talent.
gently
Raw
constructive.
talent.
Thank you. Yeah.
Be gently constructive.
Be constructive in a gentle way. Like how Misphi strokes Stan's feet very gently.
That's right.
I hate that this is like canonically a thing now. That we're going to be canonically talking about feet.
There's nothing wrong with my feet.
She's in
just
it.
natural.
She's in
Won
it.
awards.
There's no pulling around now.
And I did want to do I did want to do a title for TJ just because last time, TJ's a freeze tag enthusiast. That's his title. It's a freeze tag enthusiast because last time he thought that Rockefeller syndrome was caused by freeze tag.
And
He was
And
so
everybody
excited.
thought he was joking, but he genuinely was like, "Is this what happens if nobody lets you out of
He
it?
tags you.
If nobody
You're stuck forever.
lets you out of freeze tag,
You're a Rockefeller.
You're a Rockefeller." And he just has like a lot of he's starting to rethink his entire childhood. So
Wow.
That sounds
Yeah.
like TJ.
Yeah.
I love that for him.
I just thought
Aw.
you guys should
I
know
just
that
love TJ.
because
I
I was
love
like,
him.
it's just like little things in my brain.
Town justice.
Town justice. Let's do a last episode recap. What happened last episode in Loreland? Our adventurers are now in the dwarven mining camp of Fellerstone, where a curse has been sweeping through the camp. After Meryl and Alfonzo convinced the guards to let them gain entry, the mystical everyday heroes made it to the Blue Mountain Tavern for some honey blueberry mead. Yay, Alfonso.
which was great.
There they met the bartender with a grudge, Freya, and the drunken scientist, Jimbert. After Freya refused to give them information on her enemy, Coco, Jimbert vomited on TJ's shoes. Misphi and TJ tried to figure out where Jimbert lives to get him home safely. As they did, the group passed by the tent where the Dwarven Council makes their plans. There, they met Bergen Nobeard, Beauregard, and Jeb. Just Jeb.
Just Jeb.
Mr. Regard makes sure to shake Xerxes' claw, showing how respectful they are of birds. They also see a statue of a dwarf that used to be a member of the council before he succumbed to the Rockefeller curse. The Rockefeller curse turns regular dwarves into statues made from rocks from the mountain. The Rockefeller curse seems to happen randomly, whether dwarves are in the mines or out of the mines. Anybody is susceptible to being Rockefellers. They've lost count, but they've been dealing with the curse for a few weeks, and it seems to be on the rise. They don't know what's causing it. The council was concerned about getting help from outsiders since the last time the mayor got involved. Now the mayor refused to let them transfer their gems across Bridgmond. The council admits their only solution so far is to blow up the mountain, and as they believe the curse is coming from inside the mountain, possibly near the Soul Stone. Jimbert is the scientist in charge of the Soul Stone. Beauregard doesn't know much about it other than that, they have the Soul Stone. And he admits that Jimbert says he's found a cure, but Mr. Regard believes that he only said it because he misses his mine folk, because Jimbert's always in the mine. Mr. Regard says that you need to stay out of the mines because dynamite has been laid. Mr. Regard thinks Coco's cocoa can sober up Jimbert because, again, he's drunk. Not realizing that Jimbert is lactose intolerant, they met Coco, the adventurers met Coco, the roughly 15-year-old happy hustler serving her own cocoa blend, but we know from the fact that she's an elf that 15-year-old could be any number of years, really. After Misphi sniffed the cocoa, she discovered something about the cocoa that weakens the immune system, especially if combined with some unknown force. Misphi declared to the crowd and to Coco that everybody needs to stop drinking the cocoa immediately. Meryl stepped in and charms Coco, put charm person on Coco, and he ushers her away just before Misphi attempts to dump the 4 remaining barrels of Coco out. And that's where we are right now. So right now the party is split.
So Alfonzo and Misphi and I are all by the Coco scene.
Yes. So we're going to start with Meryl. So Meryl Cheep has Coco. You have charmed her with charm person. So that, do you want to read the stats for that or like read what that means again?
Yeah. So duration is 1 hour and she failed her wisdom saving throw. So she was charmed. She's charmed by me until I end the spell or until any of us do anything like harmful to her.
The look that you're giving Misphi right now.
So just please keep that in mind.
What did you just say?
If anyone hurts her in any capacity, she's no longer charmed. So just
you took
keep
her away.
that
Do they
in
know
mind.
that?
Maybe you just keep her away. That sounds like a good idea.
But when the spell ends, she knows that I charmed her.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
And so for time purposes, we're going to say that she's been charmed for about 5 minutes as you're ushering her away.
Okay.
What is the fancy stone called again?
The soul stone.
Soul stone. And remind me the significance of it that we know if we do
We
anything
know
else.
that it's within the mountain. We know that Gembert is the lead scientist studying the soul stone. And we know that there are, that the mayor at some point had tried to get involved with the stones for the soul stone. And that since the mayor got involved, there's no trading or they're not allowed to transfer any stones out to through Bridgmond. That's what you know about the soul stone so far. All right. So we've got, Meryl, you ushered Coco away from the group. So at this point, Coco cannot see what's happening because you had taken your wing and basically like covered what was happening.
You could say.
She is currently as though a friendly acquaintance.
Okay, so I have my wing around her, and I think that at the edge of this, we're in kind of the center of town, right? At this point.
Yeah, we'll say you're walking toward the tent where the council members are, roughly.
I picture like a little like overlook because we're in the mountains, right? And I
Sure.
picture the city kind of having like levels because we're in the mountains.
Mhm.
So I kind of take her to the edge and we're like looking out over the city and I'm like, this is just such a beautiful place that you live, Coco, isn't it? I mean, you must be so grateful to live in this absolutely gorgeous town of Fellerstone that you live in. It's just beautiful.
Well, it's not exactly my favorite place that I've ever been, but darling, you know how it is when you're on the road. You make any place home.
You know, why am I talking in your accent? I've always felt that way myself. I've done a lot of traveling. I used to be in the circus, you see.
The circus. My goodness, what might I ask? What are you doing in such a ragtag place like this settlement camp?
Well, we're just traveling around, we're a little band of misfits, but we're just everyday folks. And we're traveling, trying to, find ourselves, find our purpose. We're just looking around. But, ever since we've gotten here, we've been a little bit curious because it sounds like things aren't good here right now. Are you from here? You said you travel around a lot.
Oh, I do. I mostly stay in the general area, but really, I'm new to these parts. I just, I go where the wind or powerful people tell me to go. And that just landed me here. You haven't had such a good time since you started. I got to tell you, I'm not normally one for the whole hospitality thing, but I have my current beau, Chad. He gave me this lovely blanket that the dwarves tend to do. They love being buried under all the weight of the earth. So he gave me this lead blanket, but I already have lead woven into my cloak. Do you want it?
I love to be crushed by a weighted blanket. I truly do. I mean, really, there's so much fear in the world. There's so much anxiety. So anything to help, relieve that, just put it on my little talons and wow, do I feel relaxed. Yeah.
Well, that's lovely because I got to tell you, it has been weighing me down. My entire shop is on my back and that with
right.
the cocoa.
Yeah. And a girl's got to make money. I hear you.
Well, so here you go. Here's this. You go ahead and you just have it. And honestly,
this is a little heavier than I thought it was.
Yeah, just carry it in your hips. I find
All
that
right.
really
Yes.
helps. Just really let it weigh
I'm really
your
happy
hips.
that I have this and that I said yes to this. That was a really good idea.
Yes.
And I will be enjoying this the next time I have anxiety.
Well, one friend to another, it might protect you in more ways than one.
Wow. What do you mean?
don't worry about what little old me says. My goodness, sometimes my mouth just gets away from me. Anyway, I'm so happy that you are here. It's so hard to find friends in such a small, desolate point of the world. All I've got is Chad, and he's about as useless as a bag of bones.
Well, it's, you're kind of rolling a dice when you date someone named Chad. That's what I've learned.
That is so true. So true. And honestly, I wouldn't if I wasn't told to. But you got to do what needs must, Anyway, what are your friends getting up to over there?
Oh, they're just trying some of your delicious cocoa. Speaking of which, I wanted to ask you about your cocoa. Where do you get all the ingredients to make it taste so incredible? I mean, do you source all of these things from this mountain?
Oh, no. I mean, sure, there are people who try to sell and you got to try to make connections. So you get all the little ingredients when you can. But no, it's just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of what's given to me, and a little bit of what I get myself. Girl can't give her secrets.
Well, I definitely understand. But I remember you saying something about, sometimes you're told to go places. So is that part of your happy hustler? Do you get directed to go and sell specific places? Do you just go out on the road and a girl decides where she goes? I'm just so curious. It sounds like such a free life.
Right. I am a happy hustler. That's right. We're friends, right?
Actually, I wanted to ask you, would you ever take a male bird as a happy hustler?
Oh, I'm not particularly in charge of recruitment. And I'm not really sure what all the rules are. I think that's up to the Horde of Happy Hustlers. So you might have to ask one of them. The Horde, my understanding is they have quite a lot to say about a lot of things. I don't really get in contact with them as much as a normal Happy Hustler would. But yeah, you might want to check in with the Horde.
Well, you'll have to maybe introduce me to them. God, I would love that. And then I sweep her even closer under my wing. And I'm like, listen, I can just tell we're going to be best friends. All right. I've been in show business a lot of time. I can read people quite well. And I can tell you're somebody that I click with. I mean, you are just amazing.
Oh, darling.
Girl, we're going to be best friends. But if we're going to be best friends, we need to be honest with each other.
Oh.
So I just need to know if there's anything that you're keeping from me that I need to know while I'm in town. I want us to be able to share those things. I've been honest with you. I want us to make sure that if we're going to be best friends, we got to be honest with each other.
Roll persuasion, because right now with the charm person, it's a friendly acquaintance. So roll persuasion with advantage.
22.
All right. Well, one friend to another. Gosh, it's been so long since I've had someone to confide in. Gosh, it's exhausting. But I happen to know somebody in a pretty powerful position.
Is it Chad?
Oh, goodness, no.
That makes sense. I didn't think it was Chad.
That little dwarf could, oh my goodness, the amount of... You want to talk about rocks? That's all that boy has in his head. Oh my goodness! But it makes him so easy to manipulate. He's
a rocky fella.
No,
that was like getting hit in the face with a hammer. That's how that one felt.
Sorry, I'll stop now.
I loved it.
I love it.
No, so okay. So I met this wonderful, gosh, he's so charismatic man on my travels, and the fashion that he wears. Oh, I don't know. You've been around, right? Have you ever been to Bridgman?
I have. Yes, just a couple of times. I'm not super familiar with it, but I've met a handsome person or two in Bridgman myself. We've performed there a couple of times.
Well, this particular handsome person's in a position of power, and he wields it like, oh, it would make you blush.
Oh,
my goodness. And he just has such a way with words, and his hat. Oh, let me tell you about his hat. It is so, let's just say, he ain't compensating, but it's big.
That is incredible.
Yes, well.
Wow.
I got to tell you that I wouldn't have even thought about Coco, but it's so funny because my name is Coco.
It's Coco. That
and
is
he was like, you
hilarious.
know what would be amazing? I happen to know some dwarves that could use some of this Coco because he was trying to usher in a deal with them and they were like not wanting to comply. And I was like, well, I can maybe go over there and smooth some feathers. You know what I'm talking about.
I love when my feathers get smooth.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
So
wonderful.
your Coco was convincing, it sounds like.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm more of a contingency plan. You see, he had really tried to get more of his people in the mines because they've got this special stone. I don't know much about it, but I do know that he really wanted to get in here and they just would not budge. And so he sent me with some cocoa and he added a little something to my cocoa so that way it just helps them be a little bit more amenable to discussions, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Ugh.
But after I came here, this unfortunate situation happened where all these customers started turning into stone, and I don't know what I'm gonna tell him because this was, I don't think, part of the plan. But after I came here, they just started turning into stone, and now I got to make sure that he knows, like, can't come here. I mean, he already stopped trade going through Bridgman, so I don't know if he already knows some of it, but it's just, I don't want to let him down, you know?
Well, I mean, it sounds like Chad is a really great guy, so you should really, you don't want to mess that up.
Right. Well,
And you've really overshared with me, so it sounds like things are going well.
with Chad, he's more of a meansman, and his father is the main guy who runs the mines, and he's got a lot of sway. So it's just, you know,
You got to balance, you know, the man in the hat and Chad, and there's a lot going on for you. It sounds
there really
like.
is. And you know what? Actually, I probably ought to get back to selling all the cocoa. You know,
Sure,
I don't
yeah.
want to
Just
let.
if I could, did you say that you've noticed that your customers are turning to stone?
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say they're necessarily my customers. Well, I don't know if they're mostly my customers. I serve so many people. I haven't really been keeping track of all the people who've been turning to stone. You know, it's just when you have such delicious cocoa as what Coco has, anything's possible, but I have no idea.
You know, I'm wondering. The way that you talk about business and just the way that you move through the world, I'm just inspired. Can we continue this chat and go get a drink at the bar?
Oh, well, the
I'm sure my
bartenders
friends can handle themselves. I'm sure it's fine. We can just take a stroll. You could show me the town. I've never been to Featherstone. And I'd love to see around. And you seem like the perfect happy hustler to show me.
Well, the bartender don't like me too much, but I can give you a tour of the town. I mean, if nothing else, I get to see all of my lovely patrons. Maybe I can sell some cocoa on the way. So why not? All right, so we're going to cut over to, as Meryl's giving the talks to Coco, we are going to shift over to what's happening with Misphi as she's
You're welcome, everyone.
destroying the barrels. So
I'm glad you're being useful.
God, I'm
So for once,
I'm trying so
thank
hard.
God,
over here to be
Meryl.
useful.
all right, so here's how I'm going to set the scene for what's happening as Misphi's dumping these barrels. So there were 4 barrels of cocoa. Misphi has already dumped the one closest to her, okay, which leaves 3 barrels. There's currently 4 dwarves that were drinking the cocoa. 2 of which have the Rockefeller curse. So they're starting to transition into the Rockefeller curse, which means stone is starting to creep up their arms or the other one's on their feet. One has a scraggly beard and scraggly yellow teeth. One is a woman with a soft blonde beard braided into a simple heart. One is a woman with the Rockefeller curse, with stone creeping up her legs, like it started on her shins. And another is a male dwarf with the Rockefeller syndrome starting on his arms and his hands. When Misphi dumps the cocoa in front of the dwarves, 2 of which have the beginning of the Rockefeller curse, that means their movements are slowed. 2 of them are ready to jump in and stop them. So the ones that are not currently Rockefeller are more able to stop her from dumping the barrels. So 1 got dumped, 3 are remaining. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to roll for initiative.
10.
well, I got a nat 20
Woo! Well, you go first.
and a +2, so 22.
11.
Right now there are 3 barrels that have not been tipped over. If you would like to tip over a barrel, that will be counted as your action.
Sure.
Okay. TJ does have an initiative, but Jim Burt, who is with you, that's this guy right here. He's too drunk, and these are his people, so he probably wouldn't fight them. All right. So as the people are like, she's trying to take over from Coco, get her. Stan, you are up first.
Get her.
So, Stan runs up to the nearest one to him, which is, I guess, who would be nearest to Stan?
That is probably going to be, so you're going to see the girl that has Rockefeller on her legs, starting on her calves.
Got it. So Stan walks over to Sissy with his battle axe and asks, well, hey there, Sissy, do you want to compare weapons? But then goes to slash her instead.
Ow.
Just on the leg where the
sorry.
Rockefeller is.
Ooh, all right. Go ahead and roll for your...
And when I roll for action, I use my...
You use your D20.
Okay.
Yep.
That's what happens after you get a nat 20. You get a nat 1.
So tell me.
So Stan goes over to convince her that he's just going to compare axes, but he really wants to get rid of the poison on her leg. So he leans back and he uses all of his might to swing, and he completely misses and twirls, lands base up, booty down, axe in hand,
Booty down.
and says, well,
Timber.
I guess your axe has won this time.
Love it.
All right. So Eustace is going to go, and he is the one with, he does not have Rockefeller. Okay. So he's going to try to hit Stan. He has a 6, so he does not hit. And then we have Sue Ann, and she's going to try to hit, who's this? Alfonso. And she got a 3. So both of them miss. They're very unskilled with their pickaxes outside of mining.
Is Sue Ann one with the rock curse or no?
No. Sissy and Orville have the rock curse. All right, Misphi, you're up. What do you do?
Since I'm in a bit of a rage, I guess.
Yeah.
You sound really
just a
enraged.
bit.
I
Just
think
a
I'm
bit.
in a bit of a rage.
I'm going to jump over another barrel.
Okay. All right. So I'm not going to have you roll for that. I'm just going to say that's your action. 2 barrels are left.
Take that barrel.
And
From a
Sissy's
really
like,
long way away, you hear, what?
Sissy's just like, you shouldn't get between a girl and her chocolate. It's just wrong.
This is for your own good.
I like how it's screaming dialogue in the midst of like battle.
Yeah. It's like, how could you? And TJ just like, my girl's crazy. Or no, he's not Southern.
He could be when he gets mad.
Of the town.
He is so enraged that his southern comes out.
No, we pan over to TJ, and now he's dressed like a cowboy.
He has a lasso.
Sheriff, and he's like,
Like, my girl's not crazy. She's just passionate. All right. So he's going to take his javelin and try to stab at Eustace. Now, I know that these are regular people, so if TJ does hit him, he's trying to knock him out. He's not trying to kill him. So if he gets to a 0 XP, it's just going to knock him out if TJ does it.
We're toggling on our non-lethal.
Right. So TJ rolled a 17, which hits. So he is going to do 4 damage to Eustace as he sticks him in the side. Alfonso, you're up.
I'd like to take my longbow and I'm going to shoot at the barrels.
Oh.
Or the barrel. The one that's closest to me.
Okay. Roll your attack.
12.
That hits. All right. So go ahead and since it hits, we're just going to say that you do enough damage that it drains one of the barrels.
Okay.
1 barrel left. And Eustace is like, you awful clown birdie, get. And he looks up at Circe and he's like, we don't want you part of this. Don't even look. It's awful. Okay. Sissy is going to go next. She is the one with the Rockefeller on her legs, and she's going to try to take a pickaxe to Alfonso. She got a 9. Does that hit?
Not hit. Nope.
Oh, sorry, 11. Does an 11 hit?
No.
Okay. And then we've got Orville, who tries to take a swing at Stan. He has a 13 to hit. Does a 13 hit?
My armor class is a 13.
All right, so it does hit. All right, so he does 2 points of damage. Stan, back to you.
Did he hit it? Did he hit Stan anywhere specific that I should know about
Nope, just hit your core, and he did piercing damage.
Wait, and this is with a
Pickaxe.
wow.
Yeah.
like-
Well, Orville, that hurt me a little. I'm a little bit
He's
hurt.
a tough little guy.
Well, that's good. Y'all are taking our cocoa.
We're not taking it.
Well, we're not taking it. We're just emptying it. A little bit different.
That's even worse.
Yeah. So I don't really see we're gonna talk ourselves out of this. Stan's gonna go with his naked fist again and try to punch Orville in the face, knock him out cold.
Okay.
Knock him out cold.
Knock him out cold.
I got a 19.
That definitely hits. All right, so you hit him for 3.
So I hit him right in the jaw.
Ow.
Sorry, Orville. Someone's got to knock some sense into you people. This cocoa's driving you loco.
I only have 5 good teeth.
Well,
Rude.
you better take good care of them.
All right, that's
The way
gonna be
we all just made eye
Eustace's
contact when you
turn.
said that incredible thing. We were all like,
All right, so Eustace is going to hit at TJ, and he's got 12, which does not hit. And then Sue-Ann is going to hit at Stan. 17, 18, 19 to hit.
Well,
That
that
is.
works.
All right, and that is going to be 3 points of damage. So
Jeez.
Did she hit you twice? Was that the
Don't
same
mess with my boy's teeth.
What is with you guys and short people?
Sue-Ann, I think we've really gotten off on the wrong foot.
You dropped my chocolate. It's that time of the month.
I can't even tell you I begin to understand, Sue-Ann, but listen. You got to stop hitting me.
You just got me. Ah! No. All right, so then we've got Misphi.
Maybe Sue-Ann needs a hug, Misphi. Just kidding. Don't hug her.
Nobody gets hugs.
She is serious. No one gets hugs.
Misphi is just.
I'm going to bathe myself.
She
There's
is zoned
one-
in on the cocoa.
There's one more barrel that hasn't been destroyed, and then we've got 4 of the people.
Yep. We gotta tip over that last barrel there.
Can Cersei like peck it open so it just like drains from the sides?
Yeah.
I love that. She doesn't have to. I just imagined it in my brain.
Sure. No, wait, no. Cersei, go fly away. Be safe.
She's like, ah!
I don't want to turn you into a rocky bird.
Oh, there's a risk of like getting some like consumed. Oh, I like.
That's fair.
All right, TJ is going to be
I'm
like,
honored by your
good
bird
job,
advocacy."
baby. He's going to hit at Eustace again. 15, and he's going to, that hits. So TJ's going to take his javelin once more and just like stick him in the side. It's 5 damage to Eustace.
Way to protect your lady, Tej. That's what
Thanks,
we've learned.
man.
Good job. You're really
Love you,
picking
TJ.
Oh, love you too, babe.
up. Is this the first time you guys have said the L word?
It just
Mid-battle.
slipped.
It's romantic when it's mid-battle and I'm fighting for her causes. You dump that cocoa, babe.
You guys are so passionate right now. This is adorable.
You got such a long spear.
Oh my God.
Whoa, guys. Let's
Just
finish this
wait,
first,
baby.
then you can
Alfonso
talk about
starts backing
spears.
away.
Just a tip.
This is really cute, but Sue-Ann is really starting to hurt me. So maybe we could talk about love afterwards.
Alfonso, you are up.
I would like to. So I don't know if this is an option, but I want to draw my short sword and like thump Sue-Ann with like the doll side. 'Cause
Thumper.
I don't want to like
Whacker.
like because we're not trying to kill them. At least for once, I'm not the one trying to kill the people.
Wow.
So I want to like
Very
thump.
big of you.
So, but I also want to do like more damage than just naked fists.
Yeah, so basically
can
what
I-
you'll do is you'll use your sword as like a slashing motion, and then if they reach 0 HP, you'll just say that you're not doing it to kill him, it's just knocking him out.
Oh, okay. So like we're still good. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna my short sword.
And who are you attacking?
The one that was attacking Stan.
Sue-Ann.
Sue-Ann.
She deserves a thump.
We're gonna thump her.
I'm just not tall enough.
That
It'd
just ain't
be
right.
17.
Okay, 17 hits.
Yeah.
All right, and then roll your attack, or roll your damage.
So is it gonna be still the 1d6 plus 4? Probably.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
9.
Total?
Yep.
Jeez Louise. She is very hurt. She's like, ow, this is worse than the cramps.
Oh Jesus.
You're literally beating up a woman while she's on her period. You're just whacking her with a sword. Thump.
You've been thumped, Sue-Ann.
And Sissy's like, at least you ain't got the Rockefeller. Quit complaining, Sue-Ann. It's unbecoming. So Sissy is going to attack TJ because he's doing a lot of damage right now. And 16, 17, 18 to hit. And that does hit. So she is going to take her pickaxe and get TJ 4.
Oh, boy. Messing with Misphi's man.
3 points of damage.
DJ, no.
It's all right, Teach. Brush it off. Brush it off.
Okay. He's like, ow. That's not nice.
How could you do that to my man?
And then Orville goes, and he's going to be attacking Stan again.
What's
That's
no?
a 20. That's
Come
a
on,
nat
Orville.
20.
Oh, that's critical.
All right, so
Yep.
he's going to do... So he gets actually just 2 points of damage
Well,
on
thank
you.
God, Orville. Whew. Still hurt, but you know what?
Well, that should teach you not to be picking on people's cocoa. All right.
Aren't you in the popcorn business?
You don't know me, you outsider.
You don't know me.
Stan, you are up.
All right, well, Orville's really pissing me off, so I'm going to have to try to hit him with my battle axe.
Damn it, Orville.
Oh, my God. Stan's really having a tough day.
is that?
I got a 6.
And that is plus your attack.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got a 8.
Okay, that does not hit.
Yeah.
Well, see, maybe if you focus less on destroying people's hopes and dreams and more on swinging a thing, then you'd be able to hit one of us.
Listen, I can swing things just fine.
Nah.
I was just waiting. I was just standing here waiting.
I wish there was a way you could be like a +2 for being like enraged.
I guess we're gonna have to.
But I think
Yeah, so you'll have to wait till next turn now to do that.
Well, so far he's simmering and he looks a little bit
It's
jittery.
like building up.
Yeah.
He's like,
He's starting to,
like how TV static looks on a TV. That's what Satan
I'm
looks
imagining
like right now.
anger from inside out. Like the
Yeah.
way that he starts
Yes.
like, shaking and then his head
Just an
explodes like
angry
a
little
volcano.
Exactly
man.
it. Yep.
All right, so that was Stan's turn. So Eustace is going to go and he's going to attack TJ again. He's like, quit poking me. It's rude. 13 plus 2. So he does not hit. So he swipes and TJ just ducks out of the way with his little skinny body. And Sue Ann is going to take a swipe at, because Alfonso's over there, she's going to take a swipe at Alfonso and does a 7 hit.
Yep.
All right, so she misses too. They're very inexperienced fighters. Misphi, you're up.
Stan, what are you at with hit points?
Well, Stan's not doing very well. He's got 6.
Misphi is gonna use healing word on Stan because he's getting picked on a lot. And
All right, so that requires. All right, so what do you say as you do that?
Shukaka, of course.
Do you like
What
make
else?
sweet eye contact with Stan while you do that?
God, Misphi, sometimes you creep me out a little bit, but I really am thankful for you.
All right, so with healing word, how much do you heal him for?
6.
Thanks, Misphi. I'm feeling a lot better because of you.
Aw, you're
I'm
welcome.
still pretty angry, but I'm feeling much better.
Not to like
I'm
make
pretty
you more
angry, too.
mad, but she's mine.
Hey, you know what, kid? She's all yours. I'm proud of you.
Oh, wow, thanks, Stan.
Let's not fight over who's who now.
we have other fights to do, guys.
Calm down.
We're kind of in the middle of
This is the
something.
one who started
Alfonso's
everything.
like, guys, get it together.
Let's go.
TJ's up next, so he's going to take another swipe at Eustace, trying to knock him out with his javelin. 15, 16, yes, and that hits. So he's going to do 2 damage, which brings, so he basically takes his javelin and just conks him over the side of the head with it, and Eustace is now passed out. Alfonso, you're up.
I'm going to. Who's the one that hasn't been hit at all?
Sissy, I think?
Sissy.
Sissy.
Mhm.
I'm gonna run over to Sissy and thump her with my short sword. Stump.
Just throwing around thumping.
Yep.
Womp, womp, womp. It's like whack-a-mole.
Whack-a-mole.
Yep.
Whack-a-dwarf.
All right, go ahead and roll for attack.
Okay. Nat 20.
That's a good thump.
Oh, Windbreaker
She's-
rolling high today.
She's so distracted by Eustace's crumpled form. She's like, oh, that just ain't not. Oh.
So, what's up? 16?
Yeah, so you, as she's distracted by Eustace, you knock her right out.
So I
She's
run
just
up.
cold cocked. Yeah. So however you want to say that.
So, I run up. So, I've got my sword in my right hand. I run up, and she is looking the other direction and just whack over the head, and she just drops out cold. You guys brought this upon yourselves.
Wow.
And Sue Ann's like, talk about my cramps one more time, sissy, I dare ya.
Ally. That's an ally right
Yep.
there.
All right, so Orville's up next, and he's like,
I hate that
"Oh,
guy."
sissy." So he's going to take his pickaxe to Stan
Classic.
with a nat 1, and he's just so distraught. He swipes, and it just like ends up kind of flailing, and he just scrambles on after it. All right, next we've got Stan.
Stan is so enraged that Orville would even have the audacity to come and hit him again. His rage has been building, and he's like shaking, like a vibrating. Imagine putting Stan in the microwave. If you put Stan in the microwave, that's what's happening. And he grabs his battle axe and he lifts it up and goes.
I wish you guys could see the face.
I wish you could see the face.
was
It's amazing.
So good.
I'll post it on our story. And Stan would like to take it and spin it around to hit Orville and Sue-Ann.
Whoa!
Okay, so how this will work is if you hit Orville to the point of knocking him out, we'll say the damage remaining will transfer over to the person next to him.
Love it.
I really should have probably done that for you, honestly. But we're gonna say
We'll
for
start
this.
with Orville because he's really getting on my nerves.
All right, so roll your attack.
I got a 21. Oh, I get a bonus action.
Right, but I thought there was more to it.
I
so
get
it's plus 2
advantage
to
on
melee
strength
damage.
checks
Yeah.
and saving throws, but not attacks.
Okay.
So what'd you get for your attack?
21.
All right, that definitely hits.
7.
7 to Orville. Okay, so he is still up, but just barely. He's kind of swaying. He's like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have swung at you, man. Yikes. All right.
Since I get a bonus action, can I now try to punch him?
Well, your bonus action was to be enraged. So to put yourself into a rage.
Oh, I see.
But next time you get 2, right?
As a bonus action, enter
Yes.
a rage. Stan has a hard time reading. Got it. Okay.
Stan can read.
School was never his
And you need to
favorite.
make sure that you
No.
note that you've used a bonus or that you've used a rage because you get 2 per long rest. We've got Sue-Ann. She's like, this is just the worst. And she is going to try to attack Stan because she's like, please don't hit me again. That's a 12. Does a 12 hit, Stan?
No.
All right.
Did not.
She just swings wildly and she's like, she sees Orville there. She tries to like avoid hitting him. So she's just like, oh, dang it. All right. Misphi, you're up.
I'm going to take my quarterstaff and I'm going to take a knock at Sue-Ann.
Ooh, okay.
Like
Roll-
she's a baseball.
Like non-lethal.
Knock her out of the
Right,
park.
yeah.
Knock
Roll
off.
for attack.
Oh boy.
Oh, all that
Nat
for that.
1.
That one. Tell me how you woof it.
So I just kind of clunk my head a little bit. And I'm like,
Oh no.
Swings back to hit her. Actually hits me.
yeah.
TJ's over there like, we're made for each other, babe. I did the same thing a while ago.
I'll try again next time.
Keep focused.
And TJ goes over to Sue-Ann. He like kind of steps over the passed out bodies. He goes over to Sue-Ann and he's like, I got you, babe. Don't look at my girlfriend failing. And he gets a 16 to hit, so that definitely hits. And he's gonna do 2 points of damage to Sue-Ann, which is enough to knock her out.
Way to go, Tej. Fight for your woman.
That's
Yeah,
my
he's like-
man.
He's like, I got you, babe. Don't look at her like that.
Wait a minute. I got demoted to girlfriend. I thought it was your fiance.
Sorry, babe. Heat of the moment. I love you. I'll put a ring on it. Oh, yeah. I need money, but all right,
I just like river rocks. It's fine.
that's perfect.
That's
I can
Just
that's
a
in my,
big old
Look at
river
that
rock
rock.
stone.
that's
what
in
the
my
ladies
tax
say.
bracket. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Tax bracket. I don't think TJ pays taxes. I think TJ just probably commits tax fraud on accident. He doesn't know he's supposed to pay taxes.
He's heard the word tax bracket around like his uncle and family, and he's like, I know what tax brackets are. It's the brackets where people put their taxes at.
Right.
Naturally.
Yeah.
All right, Alfonso, you're up.
Sure.
That's all I know.
Well, I guess we're gonna.
Orville is the only one remaining. All 3 of the other dwarves have passed out, or like they've
Well,
Gone
I'm
down.
going to run over to Orville and give him a good thump with my short sword.
Whack him.
Whack.
All right, roll for attack. He is already very hurt.
Thump him, Fonzo.
21.
21 definitely hits.
Yep.
Whoa.
And then 1d6 plus 4. 4, so 8.
Yeah, so he's out. So tell me how you knock him out.
So I run over to him with my short sword, and I think I'm coming in from the side. So I kind of stop and just get him right in the gut with a thump on the dull side. So not like the sharp, but just thump, and he falls over.
Oh, God.
All right. Glad this is over. Now let's have a conversation.
They're all laying on the ground unconscious.
After Orville's down, Stan goes over and bites him in the ankle. just really to seal the deal.
Yeah, you go, Stan. Show him what's up.
Is that like a thing? And TJ like goes down to like get Eustace's thing. Should I, Misphi? Should I like? And he like just
Let
takes
out
his
the
little
animal
teeth.
on you, buddy.
He just takes his teeth and he's like, "Arr."
Like that episode of SpongeBob where he's like takes the tiniest little bite.
Yeah,
out of
he
it.
gets just a little bit of leg hair and he's like, it's like floss. He's like, I've been trying to get that seed out for a while. Thanks, Eustace.
We're gonna get canceled.
Well, you don't have to copy everything I do, Tej, but I do appreciate you look up to me.
Cool.
So what are we gonna do?
I can't
What are we
see
gonna
that.
do here with all of these bodies and all of this cocoa?
Well, they're not dead. They're not just bodies. Time
Fair.
out. Remember, they're just
sleeping bodies.
They're just relaxing. They're resting.
I don't think people should see that we've knocked out a bunch of people.
Should we hide them?
I don't think we should hide them. I think that looks very suspicious. Why
As
don't?
opposed to the people knocked out.
I
I'm
think that
just-
maybe we could hide them.
Why don't we go find the council and let's.
Off the record here. You do have a bunch of empty barrels just sitting right there.
Let's stuff them in the barrels.
We.
Yes.
That's a
It's
great
Not gonna hurt
idea.
them any.
I don't.
Listen,
I know that
we
I'm
woke
not wrong,
up
I'm
in a
just saying, out
cell.
of
They
character.
can wake up in a cell. We
Remember, we're
survived.
fighting the same bad guy, though. I think.
I mean, they really do love cocoa, so maybe
But
if
we
they
don't-
love
They just
it.
passed out in the barrels. I mean,
Why don't we? Okay, why don't we do this? Why don't we take the bodies and just prop them up nicely against the tent?
Stan's gonna roll for persuasion to see if he can persuade Alfonso to stuff them in the barrels. Look, Alfonso, I'm a little bit worried that the rest of the town is gonna show up and see their cocoa's gone and these bodies are just sitting here sleeping. And we're the only people that have been let into this town in months. Don't you think they're gonna think it's us and start a riot?
Fair point. I just don't know if we should hide it.
Misphi's just over there,
So-
like scooping piles of leaves on top of all the.
You know what?
very action-oriented.
Also, do we really want them in the barrels? Because will the cocoa affect them while they're in there? Like, we don't have a way
Well,
to
there's
clean
no
them.
like cocoa in there anymore because my babe just drained it all. and you like
excuse
shot
me, TJ.
one. You shot
this was
one.
a group effort. Let's relax.
I had a
Sorry,
nasty
you're
bite to the
suddenly
ankle.
part of the group. I don't know.
You're part of the group, TJ.
Thanks.
You're part of the group.
Misphi, what does Cersei think?
Cersei, what do you think?
She's in a tree because you told her to fly away. She's like,
Oh, come over. Come on, Cersei. Come on. And then the Misphi just kind of cuddles her a little bit. Like, what do you think we should do here? Huh?
She's had a bird's eye view of this place. What does she think?
How close are? Could we roll for like perception, like what's going on around? Like, are there people around? Are people being suspicious around?
So what I will tell you is that based on the descriptions that were given to you from the council members and just like the general landscape, so you're kind of up against a wall. So nobody's seeing you like from behind, but she between you and the rest of like the civilization of the dwarven camps. That there are, there's a couple more of the people who have already turned into Rockefellers between you and the rest of the people. However, everybody knows that like this is where Coco's been, so you are in danger of people coming to you.
Is there anywhere we could like put the bodies that's not in the barrels?
There's no tent or anything surrounding you. This was just because she operated out of the backpack on her. So this is kind of a clearing. So if you wanted to take them to like a tent or something, you would have to carry them or drag
Oh
them.
boy. I don't know if Stan's going to be
Okay.
able to do
Can-
that.
So we
Can we just prop them up against the barrels?
Okay.
on like the backside of the barrels.
Sure.
Let's do that. I just
That's
wanna
a
put
good
them in the
compromise.
barrels.
Okay.
Stack up the barrels, hide them behind.
Let's
them.
make them look like maybe they're having a tea party. How about that?
Yeah, and
could
they
we,
just
could we
had
set
a-
them up like
Not
they're
the
doing
British kind,
something?
right?
No, not that one.
TJ, like he goes to each of them as you guys are setting them up and pulls their pinky out for every. He's like, they're fancy because they can be.
And now, canonically, the Boston Tea Party also happened in this world.
Drew, this
It
is
was
now,
just in a land called Boston. It was a very fancy, exclusive party.
Yeah, and everybody's pinkies were out
Yeah,
so hard.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to set up Orville. I'm gonna set him up against the barrels, and I'm gonna cover up the bite on his ankle just to avoid suspicion.
I'm glad you're getting the closure out of this.
TJ like grabs his hand and like covers it over his ankle where you bit it, and then puts his pinky out.
That's perfect. Thanks, Teach. Appreciate the help.
Got you.
I'll move one of the other ones, and I'm dragged, like, not in a super disrespectful way, but definitely like irritated, dragging by one arm over to the barrels.
One of their teeth gets a little bit loose.
Well,
It
they only had
happens.
5 left. What's another one to lose?
So I see everyone else, or Alfonso sees everyone like moving the pinkies. I'm like, ugh, I guess we'll do the pinky things, like move like their pinky up.
And TJ just gives you a fist bump. He holds out his fist like, we get it. Fancy.
I
Right.
love TJ.
At this point, Meryl is across. We'll say that Meryl's like probably across the camp because we're going to say Coco is like kind of giving you a tour. Roll an insight check, Meryl, as we flip back over to you.
14.
14. Okay, so with a 14, you notice that as she's giving you the tour, she stays away from the tavern because, as you know, her and the bartender don't get along. And you also notice that, like, as you guys kind of drift closer to the mine, she tends to not really look at it and kind of avoid it. And she takes her cloak that she mentioned is covered, like, kind of woven in with lead, and she wraps it a little bit more around her.
Very interesting.
So this is the mines, you know, where all of the dwarven folk hang out, or the fellers, you know, which is always so surprising to me because we got plenty of ladies here, and they just call them all fellers. Everybody's a feller up
Very
in
progressive,
Fellerstone.
this town. Wouldn't have thought. I don't know that much about dwarves. I'm fascinated. Really.
Oh, well, they're all right, I suppose. Elves and dwarves don't tend to get along, but I do my best. Well, anyway, I probably ought to go back and get my cocoa stand. There's probably people waiting. She sees some of the other dwarves that are there. She's like, don't forget to come on down to Coco's for some cocoa after a long, hard days of work. And she just starts marching back to the camp.
Coco, wait.
Are you trying to get her to stop?
Yeah.
All right, roll persuasion.
Are you?
He shrieks, and we're just supposed to figure out what it means.
18.
18. Okay, so she stops and spins, and she's like, yes, darling.
I know I've taken up so much of your time, Coco, but I just wonder if maybe you could show me the mine.
Oh, darling, I'm not one with the mine. I'm not a miner, and I just don't want to step on any toes.
Well, we don't have to step on anyone's toes. We can avoid feet entirely. I would just really, really love to see the mine, and I just don't know. You know, I had some of the cocoa. It was so good, and I'm sure that my friends are taking great care of it. So maybe we should see if anyone at the mines wants cocoa. I'm just really convinced we should check those out right now.
All right, so I'm going to have you roll a separate persuasion check.
Uh-oh. Making me nervous.
19.
Another a 19. Wow, okay.
You are very persuasive today there, Meryl.
I'm just feeling really useful today, you guys. I just woke up and I was like, I think I'm going to be useful. You know?
All right. Well, you've got that lead blanket.
I mean, don't over there. You said you want some cocoa. Is that what I heard? You sir over there with the large feet and the weird nose. You want cocoa? Yes, you do. Coco, look, he wants cocoa. You better go give it to him.
Oh, of course.
And I've got the blanket, so I'm ready for anything.
Just maybe just kind of hold it close, wrap it around you. She kind of toys with her cloak that she has around her. And she pastes on a very big award-winning smile. Well, I knew that it was going to be so hard for all of y'all to come on over to Coco's Corner, so I brought the cocoa straight to you. Who wants a cup?
And I'm a bird and I love cocoa. And then he
And
tries to do like a big smile, but he has a beak, so it just looks really disturbing.
All of the miners that are like right inside the cave, they're like, oh, wow. You know, we ain't never seen a bird of your stature. Gosh, may I just say, you are just so majestic.
Oh, thank you.
Now-
Bird approved.
Roll a perception check as you go into these caves.
19.
Okay. So as you get into the cave, you kind of hear the clanging of like from down in the different mine passages. You hear the clanging of pickaxes on stone. You hear kind of just some of the talking between dwarves, but with a 19, like from inside the cave, you hear like the high-pitched singing of a couple of different types of birds within the cave.
My kindred.
I'm kind of surprised, I gotta say. I didn't know your kind enjoyed being underground. I never really understood that with birds. You know, we see birds all over the place here, mostly in the mines, but how much it must feel so strange after having been out in the air.
Meryl is visibly shaking and is walking very slowly, and is like, yes, I love mines, specifically, and holes in the ground are one of my favorite things. Clearly, I just really like to take my time because I enjoy the experience so much. Why do you bring birds into the cave? Specifically, did you ask them first?
Oh no, see, we have such a deep respect for the birds here because when we're in the mines, sometimes it can get really complicated with the oxygen. And so if one of our beloved birds pass out, we know that there has been something that's happened with the oxygen level. We make sure that we get our birds out of there before anything super tragic happens, but we really revere the birds and their sacrifice to our causes.
Meryl is literally speechless.
Animal abuse.
For the first time in his life, he has nothing to say. He is stopped dead in his tracks, and he's just kind of like looking out of the side of his eye, like, what have I gotten myself into?
Would you have disadvantage now because of like fear or anxiety?
Oh, I 100% would have disadvantage into mine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as you're starting to see the longer that you're in here, more and more dwarves are hearing that they have like an Aarakocra in their mind, and so you are there's a line forming for people to shake your hands and stroke your feathers and tell them how beautiful you are, and it's really great. And the more dwarves that are there, the more they're kind of pulling you into the entrance of the cave.
Actually, I will be signing autographs, and I would be happy to shake all of your hands and let you touch my feathers or whatever it is you'd like to do. I mean, really, I'm flattered. We're gonna step outside just a little bit to clear the air a little bit. And then he backs up a little bit.
Okay.
He's backing away from the horde.
So as you do this, because you have Charm Person on Coco, she is going further into the mine as she's seeing more and more people literally lining up for you. She's using that opportunity to like pawn off her cocoa.
Perfect.
So she's like, please have some more cocoa. Oh, it's just a couple gold. Don't worry about it. It's the best of the best. Please keep on.
I am 100% gonna reach the edge of the cave and see that she's just like walking into the cave, and I'm just gonna fly away. I'm gonna fly back to them and go find them.
Okay.
To tell them what happened and try to get us out of there.
All right. So as you fly back, you tell me how you you meet them.
Glad I got out of there. Hello down there. Yes, I'm a bird. I know you love me. God, I look good. He flexes a little bit while he's flying because he has arms and wings. You know.
Okay.
She said, okay.
So are you going back down there to them, or are you going?
Yes,
okay.
he flies directly back to the little ridge where he wants to see. I want to see what went down, and I'm figuring probably that hopefully they're done by now, and we should get the hell out of here.
How much time has gone by, Brandy?
We're gonna say approximately, because the time that it takes to position all the bodies and everything, we're gonna say it's been roughly an hour by the time that he gets back, because you flew from there to there, and yeah. Okay. So as Meryl flies back, Meryl, you just spent all of that time with Coco getting all of that information. You see 4 dwarves passed out next to barrels with their pinkies out. And Jimbert, by the way, was drunk through a lot of this, he really sobered up during this fight because he just saw like a lot of blood being shed. And he's like, oh, I really need a drink. This is not good. Not good at all. And then you fly down and he's like, there's a bird, man. Y'all seeing this? Y'all seeing this?
And we're still in the vicinity, like we're still like we had just moved the bodies.
You just moved the bodies, or the people. You just moved the dwarves to position them, and so you were still clustered around the dwarves.
Okay, and we're just like staring at them, like, what do we do now, kind of thing.
Right, and then Meryl comes up.
Meryl comes in.
So then I fly down and I land and I look around rather quizzically, and then I say, "What? Did someone throw a Boston Tea Party and not tell me? What the hell?"
Misphi's just like, don't ask.
You You missed some important events.
I've got a lot to share with you, actually. You guys missed some stuff, too.
I bit this guy's ankle, and let me tell you, it was a sight to see.
I flossed with leg hair.
I think I'm going to share first.
I think that would be good.
Give us what
so
you got, Meryl.
this is me filling you in on all of the things that you heard us talk about,
But we
and it
didn't
was so
hear you
crazy.
talk about it, so you have to tell us.
No,
Well, I figure that like if he just kind of says like, I tell you guys everything that we talked about, and then you guys can ask questions if you want
Got it.
clarification.
Okay.
yeah,
Got it,
because
got it.
you don't want them not to listen.
So the
to that.
Soul
Fair.
Stone
They already heard it.
seems important for what we assume to be Mayor.
So something weird. She didn't know a lot about the Soul Stone, and she really. And listen, people. As I've already told you in my lengthy and thrilling saga.
I'm sure it was very dramatic.
It
Rather, it was
You just
dramatic.
heard it, yes, and
Yep.
it was dramatic and very impressive.
I wasn't really listening, so I'm sure it was dramatic, but that's okay.
Someone fill Stanley
You did
later.
a very good job.
Thank you, Misphi. I love this girl.
She's
so,
mine.
Okay.
Okay.
I know, TJ.
Good. Just
And I-
checking.
I'm happy for you.
And I'm just going to stroke
you.
TJ's head, just like, it's
This is
okay.
getting weird.
Oh,
Okay. So she seemed really nervous about the mine, and she was wearing this cloak, and she gave me this blanket, and then he like pulls the blanket out. Also, he was only flying like 2 feet in the air that whole time because the blanket was so heavy. He hauls this blanket out, and he's like, she said this is like a lead weighted blanket, and she had a lead cloak. And when we went into the mine, she was like wrapping it around herself, and she seemed very nervous. So this just seems significant to me. I think
Jimber-
if we go in the mine, we need to be careful.
Jimber pushes TJ out of the way and like gets on his knees in front of this blanket and starts tugging at it. And he's like, this is made of lead. How did she know this? Yeah, she knew about the lead.
She knows about the mayor.
The mayor? What about the mayor? Who's the mayor?
Jimber, you're fine.
Oh, sorry.
So, Meryl, hold on. Jimbert is, though a drunk, a scientist. Jimbert, what do you know about the lead? Tell us more about the lead.
Yeah, you've been studying the soul stone, right?
I have been studying the soul stone, but
Jimber, we just want to help, but we can't help if we don't have the information.
all right, well, look, I need help because I know how to cure this affliction, the Rockefeller curse, but nobody wants to listen to me because I'm the
We'll
We
listen.
will listen.
town drunk now, but they told me I wasn't allowed back in the mines because they said I was too important studying the soul stone. And I have a real good idea on how to fix it, but they won't let me back in the mines.
We are all ears.
We will take care of it. What do we need to do?
No. Now listen here. Look, I'm sure y'all mean real well, okay? But I have been fighting with the council. I have been fighting with all the other dwarves. Even though they say they respect me, they don't let me do what I need to do. And if anybody is
What do you
going to
need to do?
fix this problem, it's going to be me. So
what
you're
do you
not
need to
going
do?
in without me.
Well, we can help. However you need
Let us
help.
help
Come
you,
on.
Jimber.
What,
Come on.
what do you need?
Let's do it.
All right, so here's what I need. I need y'all to go into the mines with me. Now, it's
No.
dangerous.
We can arrange that.
Merle.
I'll go.
Get it together.
Listen, I already had to go in there once. I hate holes. I hate mines,
Hey,
and they're
hey, hey.
terrifying.
Hey, Merle, let's hear him out, okay? You hired a bodyguard for a reason. I'm going to keep you safe. Me and my feet. Listen to Jimbert.
Well, the tracks that we need to go down, not all of them are underground. Some of them are on the outskirts of the mountain. It just depends on how we get to the Soul Stone. But we really need to have 4 people. And TJ's standing there and he's like, how do we get down there? And he's like, well, we got to do a mine cart. And
That
TJ's
sounds
like, I
fun.
get motion sickness. How fast does it go?
Teach Misphi will hold your hair. It's going to be okay.
Awesome.
You can even
Wait,
sit
how
with
long is his
Misphi.
hair?
Asking for a friend.
Now, my cart's not big, so we're going to have to squish in. But here's the tricky thing is that there are dwarves in the mine, and they know. I got some that are on my side because they know I'm one of them. But the people at the council members, they don't want me going in there. So
Can we
there
get a
might be people.
disguise? Should we go somewhere to like change his clothes, get him a hat or a cloak of some kind?
I've got a great idea. Jimbert, why don't we trade your clothes with one of these sleeping locals? Thoughts?
Well, I suppose I'm not really much one for flannel, but I'll do my best.
Jimber, what about the lead, the blanket? Do we need to
Yeah.
worry about going in there
You
with no
need-
protection?
No, you need the lead blanket for what we're doing. That's all I'm going to say because I'm not having y'all take off without me. This is my victory.
How big is this blanket? Are we all going to fit in it?
Well, so what if? And I'm suggesting something that I would never normally do, but
Oh boy.
I'm trying to be brave here, people. I'm working hard today
proud
to
of
be
you.
useful.
You're doing so well.
And I'm not just a pretty face, damn it.
Well, we knew that, but
You're a
that's
very
okay.
pretty
But-
face. We appreciate you.
Jimbert, now you stop that.
Well, we love our birds here.
Jimbert.
What's your big idea, Meryl?
Jimbert's flirting with me. I'm a little distracted. Okay.
Cersei's over there like,
Cersei, it's...
you're
thank
you're
you.
also very beautiful,
Yes.
Miss Cersei.
Yep. We could get in the mine cart and put the blanket over the top, protecting all of us, hiding underneath the blanket, looking like an empty mine cart, entering
Just
the
a
mine.
runaway
Well, that
wine
ain't
cart.
going to work because you see, we actually need people to be working around the cart. Anytime dwarves have a tendency to go into the mines, we do it in teams. We do it in a set of 4 teams. So we've got our spotter, our steerer. Now, the thing that y'all probably ought to know is that although I am the scientist and I am insistent on coming, I do not do particularly well with fast motion. And so what we tend to do is they put me in the middle, they huddle around me doing their tasks, and they just they kind of knock me out until we get there, and then they wake me up. Now, I don't necessarily need to be knocked out, but it would probably be for the best if I were to just hunker down in the middle, because I'm not good at fast speeds. And
Alfonso, maybe you can give him a thump.
I can give him a thumb.
And then we can cover him with a blanket.
What do you think about a thump?
do it gently, but it probably wouldn't be a bad idea. But let me give my information to you first, because I got to make sure we do it at the last second. Now, Jeb has been laying down explosives, so Jeb might be near the mine, and he knows I'm not supposed to be there, and y'all aren't supposed to be there either. So we got to make sure we hide from Jeb. Of course, I don't know how much he likes y'all. He
Enough.
might send you into the mines
fine.
himself.
It's fine.
So you need a driver. You need somebody on speed. You need somebody. We need somebody to catch certain rocks. Okay, I'll tell you whoever the
Certain
person.
rocks.
I will
It's
catch the
for
rocks.
the cure.
I like rocks.
Don't
Oh.
question me. I am a scientist. Y'all need to catch certain rocks. I'll tell you more about them when we
You
get
know,
there.
I've heard that we should never question a scientist. I've heard that's good practice.
That's very good. Now, I'll get you a net and a pickaxe for whoever's the person catching the stuff, because you're going to need to get some of the rocks for the cure. And then we also need somebody who's going to be a spotter, somebody who's probably better in darker conditions, because it gets very dark in the mines.
I can do that. I have dark vision.
Well, that's wonderful. We as dwarves have dark vision, so we don't really need a lot of lights. But you are going to need somebody with dark vision to be the spotter and communicate. Now, it is a team exercise, and we usually don't let newbies go down there because, things get a little dicey and people can get hurt. So just know we'll tether you into the cart, but if you do fall out, you will get hurt. So are you still coming with me to get this cure set?
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
This is certainly something we can handle. Meryl, I think that you'd be good at steering. I should certainly be in control of the speed.
All right, so as you guys are walking towards mine and you guys are talking about this, do you go past the council tent or do you skirt around it?
Probably skirt
Ooh,
around
we
it.
let's go for stealth.
We certainly skirted.
Okay. So if you guys are going around there, you are going up towards the mines. And did you guys end up doing a disguise for Jimbert?
Yeah.
How'd you guys disguise him?
We traded his clothes with one of the unconscious flannels that were on the ground. And then do we have a cloak from one of the other bodies to put him over, like hooded?
Sure.
I think we dress him up like Sue Ann.
I agree. Beautiful.
Was
well,
Sue Ann wearing
dwarven
flannel?
women are a little hairy.
Because I really like that
we
he
love
had the
that for
big
them.
flanneled.
All right.
And
So
I'm
we'll
going to use my
yeah,
druid craft, and I'll craft up like a little flower to put in his hair.
Yeah. TJ's going to do like with his very dexterous fingers, he's going to braid like a nice little heart-shaped braid in his beard. Now, Jimbert, you're probably going to need to talk like a lady. Do you have any idea how to do that? And Jimbert's like, I do declare.
Well done,
Jimber,
Bert.
you're an actress.
Well done.
Thank you. So as you guys get closer, you do see Jeb with like very bushy eyebrows, very full beard, standing with his arms crossed at the entrance of the mine, and behind him he has dynamite. So you do also see an empty mine cart at the entrance of the cave. So what are you planning on doing? Actually, before you guys go up, I will say that Jimbert pulls you guys aside and says, all right, so here's what you need, okay? Here's how this metric is going to go. So the person who is the spotter, anytime that a check is being checked for the spotter, they are going to be doing a intelligence check, okay? The person in charge of the speed is going to be doing a strength check. The person who is going to be collecting rocks is going to be doing a wisdom check to make sure that they're getting the right rocks. And the person who is the driver makes dexterity checks.
Well, so who has so I have a +6 dexterity.
Oh,
You should do that.
So I will drive.
I have a +2 for strength.
Okay.
That's my highest modifier. Either strength or charisma, but charisma's not used.
Did I say the spotter rolls intelligence?
Mm-hmm.
Spotter rolls intelligence. And just to let you guys know, because it is darker in there, it's not impossible for somebody who doesn't have dark vision. It's just a little harder.
Misphi, you had originally said rock catcher. What's the modifier for that one?
Wisdom. I've got +3, 17.
Are all 6 of us going to fit in this cart?
Mm-hmm. It's big enough that they cart people in and they cart ore out.
With all those people still in?
No, not really some of the people are still in there. Like there's usually one person with the ore to help kind of do some of the things on the way back, but it's a lot less treacherous on the way back, but it's big.
Yeah.
I'm imagining Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, exactly.
I really hope everyone else has the same.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Ford just walks by and waves.
Right.
All right. Well, I hate everything about this, but I'm channeling the bravest eagle I ever saw.
All right, so Jimbert's going to grab from like the outskirts of the mine a pickaxe and a net for you. Okay, so you have a pickaxe and a net. You've got the spotter, who's intelligence. Who's that going to be?
That is Meryl.
Okay.
Meryl.
You've got the driver. That's dexterity.
And that is
That's
Alfonso.
Okay, so Tej is what? Helping out Jimbert down there?
Yeah, TJ is
Maybe
going to help
soothing
out
him?
Jimbert. You should know, though, TJ just kind of looks at you guys and is like, sometimes I get sick when I go kind of fast. That's why I don't run very often.
Right. Yeah.
So
That makes sense.
if I throw up, I'm sorry.
You're
Could
a fighter, not a
I
runner.
use my druid craft and conjure up some smelling salts or something?
You could probably do that because that's a sensory. Sure.
Okay, so
girl.
smelling salts.
So he's just
I don't know
sitting
if
in
there's a
there
verbal thing that
huffing
goes-
those smelling salts. What does it smell like?
Salt.
Just salts.
It's TJ's favorite scent.
Yeah, salt.
He
Yeah.
loves sniffing
It also
Lots of
smells
salt.
like earthy
Earthy.
tones
Salt.
and
Earth salt.
Misphi's hair.
Salt of the earth.
Salt of the earth.
And alcohol.
There we
So
go.
the cart is the
Tequila.
cart by Jeb.
Yeah, so you have to pass by Jeb to get into the cart.
So here's what I think, Misphi. I think Cersei should distract him. They really like birds around here.
Yes, I was trying to figure out what to do with Cersei because I'm not taking her in there.
Oh,
I
so
think
she
that
doesn't
she
have
could
to
talk
go
to
and I
Jeb.
do.
Listen.
What's a bird got to do around here? It's okay. I'm being brave.
Thank you. Bravery. Important.
Remember, being useful.
Being useful. Yes. I mean, I've got to say,
We're
listen,
proud of you.
you haven't
Yes.
seen me perform yet. I can be useful.
Wow.
God, I can entertain.
All right, Cersei, you're gonna distract these people so that we can move on in with the mission.
Seriously, I'm taking one for the team. All right, I'm taking one for the team. So next time it's gonna be you, and we're gonna be okay.
And Misphi grabs like a little blueberry from her pouch to give to Misphi or Cersei.
All right, so then we're gonna. Cersei just flies up, and like kind of like flies, kind of hovering in front of, Jeb, and waits until the eyebrows kind of shift over, and
The eyebrows.
she like lands on his shoulder and just starts like picking through his mustache,
Oh.
like a monkey with hair.
Good girl.
Whatever works.
Good girl.
She's like you, Tej. She likes to floss with hair.
Stan,
Well,
there are
if
some
it
thoughts that are
happens.
inside thoughts.
And that wasn't one of them, but thank you for sharing.
I like your honesty, Stan.
Thanks.
Alfonso's face is just disgusted. Like looking all around at
He's like
this.
combing his beautiful
Yeah,
blonde hair with
like
with
holding
his hands.
holding the one braid and like
looking
so disgusted. And like trying to collect thoughts and be like,
I really picture
Like, this
an
is my life now
Orlando-
kind of thing?
Yeah, like an Orlando
this
Bloom.
is-
Yes.
moment for you. Like a really gorgeous Orlando Bloom moment. That's what I think.
yeah, this
Legolas.
was that.
All right, so what I'm going to do is because you are all trying to be stealthy as a group and he is distracted, I'm going to have one person roll for stealth for the group.
Let me
To
do
try to
that.
I was
sneak
gonna
past
say,
him.
Alfonso, that sounds like a great task for you.
We're going to say a DC 12.
I have a +6 with stealth, so
Ooh.
Hot dice.
and I don't get it. 10.
Okay, 10 total.
Yeah, 10 total.
Okay, so as you guys are sneaking past, Jeb kind of looks at Cersei and he's like, he kind of tilts his head to the side and he furrows his brows even more so they look like they're on his nose. And I think he realizes that Cersei was the same raven that you guys came in with. And so he's like, nope. And
Can
he
we scurry faster?
spins and locks eyes with you guys. And he's like, get.
Huh. So do we all just like look at each other like,
He shakes his head because he doesn't talk, remember? Just get.
Can I roll an athletic check to see how fast we get in the cart?
I was gonna say, can we just book it?
Like, can we just like try to move really fast to see if we can get in there before he catches us?
Yeah, so what we'll say is, why don't you
I was like, we
yeah,
never heard
do
it.
roll for athletics, and he is going to roll for dexterity against your
To, like, get
athletics
in our
to
way
see
kind of
if
thing.
there's anybody that he catches.
Ah.
Okay?
Okay.
So he got a 9.
I got a 22.
Okay.
I
9.
got 17.
Okay. You also got a 9?
I got a 9.
Okay, so we'll say he gets like right at the back of your cape or you know your cloak, and you're able to go away or rip away. TJ gets a 4 + 2. He gets a 6.
Oh, T.
Oh, he gets caught.
So TJ's pulled back, and then Jimbert gets a 2 plus
Oh no.
Yeah.
plus 9. Yeah, so Jimbert and TJ are both grabbed by Jeb. So what do you do?
I
Can I push him?
Push who?
Misphi, you're gonna protect your man.
So if you do, he's holding them. So
Meanwhile,
that's true.
Meryl rolled a nat 1.
okay.
So Meryl just turned to run, tripped, and fell straight on his beak.
and he grabs the two of them, and Jeb sits on your back.
Oh, did we miss your stat check when we went around? And,
Yeah, he
So
was
you're-
being real quiet on purpose.
Yeah, he's like,
I got a nat 1.
So here's what we'll say: Jeb grabs TJ and Jimbert, and Jimbert's got the flower in his hair, and he's like, "Excuse me, ma'am, sir. Oh boy!" And then he sits down on Meryl, who's tripped on his beak, and he says,
Maybe it's out.
"Explain." And that's where we'll end the episode. Thank you for listening to Mystical Everyday Heroes. A couple end of the episode plugs. First of all, we're a brand new podcast. Well, I guess at this point we're not super new, but we're still new. So rate, subscribe, tell people, tell your dog walker, let them listen to this on their dog walks, and all the dogs, tell your dogs.
Buy
And
headphones
birds.
for your dogs.
And birds. Tell your birds too. Not your cats, though.
We are
I don't
a
know.
bird allied podcast.
Yeah, I don't know if birds would really, or if the cats would really appreciate it, but spread the love. Pre-order The Archivist's Apprentice in the link below, a fantasy novel with fantastical pantheon of gods, political intrigue, and an all-around decent mystery. This book is written by yours truly, and it launches on October 4th. If you're looking for some good background music for your D&D game or just enjoy some really good tunes, check out Matt Bostian's album in the link below. You can buy it on any of the main music streaming apps.
Hey, it's Stephie. I do crocheted stuffed animals. My link is in the comments below. It's Stephie's Crafty Paintbrush, and you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Mystical Everyday Heroes. Check us out over there for some content and episode drops, polls. We'd love to see you over there.
What? TJ! TJ, how do I do this? Well, you really just gotta like do like really high pitched, I guess. I don't know, like channel your inner lady, you know? All right. Well, well, I do declare you are the prettiest gentleman I ever did see. My, what arms you have. They're so strong. I just want to squeeze them like a stuck pig. Ooh, doggy, it's just so lovely. So flush with lovely color.
You're really selling this. Yup, you are. You sound like a woman. I'd give you an award for
Ow,
acting.
the cramps. They're so... The cramps hurt because it's a Wednesday.
You're not being dramatic enough. That's good. That's good stuff.
I don't know how to cope without my chocolate.